Hello, everyone. Welcome to Touchline Talk. And today, there are lots of news to talk about, lots happening in the world of football or soccer, as the case may be. And as we all know, this is Touchline Talk, and it's all about football. It's all about soccer, as the case may be. We all have our ways of expressing ourselves. And today it's going to be all about football. And the past week, lots have been happening. It's been an interesting week. As an Arsenal fan, I find it very, very interesting. Been lots of ups and downs. And as you all know, the English Premier League, one of the most interesting leagues in the whole wide world. And today, lots we will be discussing about, and definitely lots you're going to enjoy. And before we go on to different news and different things that are happening, we will quickly give a rundown of all the matches and all the uh, events that took place. We all know this weekend was one of the craziest, was indeed one of the craziest. And a lot of people been on Arsenal's. And just to confirm, definitely I'm an Arsenal fan, and I want you to know that that's definitely my biggest thing. And just a quick rundown of all the matches that took place. Um, First one was Aston Villa and Leeds United. Aston Villa played a 1-1 match with Leeds United, and we all know Aston Villa is third presently in the Premier League. And looking at Aston Villa, I think they are presently confined to third place. Initially, they were even talking of fighting for the championship, but definitely it's now between Arsenal and Manchester City. So Aston Villa, I don't see them having any goal. I don't see them having any. And all they need to do is just fight for that top four. Because if they are not careful, they might drop, and that would be disastrous for them. That would be a disaster if anything like that happens. But definitely, one thing is certain: uh, Arsenal and Manchester City are really fighting tooth and nail for uh, that English Premier League. No doubt about that. And also looking at other matches, Brentford and Brighton, another interesting one. Brentford and Brighton, and Brighton went all the way to Brentford and pulled a 2-0 win. Also, Chelsea played a 1-1 draw with Burnley, even though Surprise, surprise. We expected a Chelsea win, but sorry for Chelsea. They couldn't they um couldn't defeat Burnley, a lowly placed team. They ended in a 1-1 draw. Funny enough, there was just uh, a goal scored and just could only get a point. And they even got a red card. It's a shame, but well, that's where we are with Chelsea, and good for them. And hope it's going to be an interesting one. But definitely, see also Chelsea could only pull a 1-1 draw uh, with Burnley. And also West Ham and Bournemouth, they played a goalless draw. Right now, West Ham fighting for relegation. They don't want to stay. And Manchester City, who are giving Arsenal a run for their money, also played a 2-1 game win over Newcastle. And funny enough, like two or the second half of, should I say, the last 15 match minutes of the game, it was crazy because at the point everybody thought Newcastle might equalize and the pressure was really on. But at the end of the day, when the final whistle came, they were so excited. I could see the excitement on uh, Manchester City's faces. They, they had to dig deep and pull that out for them to get that win, which they really wanted. Crystal Palace and Wolverhampton, they play. That was a win for Crystal Palace. And Liverpool, after lots of cancelling of goals and VAR, they finally got a last minute, or should I call it the last second win over Nottingham Forest. It's been a crazy one. Another surprising game for me, I expected Sunderland to hold their own, but they were defeated 3-1 by Fulham. I never expected that. They were defeated 3-1. And also the star match of the week, where everyone has been expecting, everybody wanted a win, a sound win for Arsenal, because at the point everybody was thinking something actually is wrong with Arsenal. They've not been doing well. They've not been doing well. And at the end of the day, they 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 got what they deserve, because everybody wanted Arsenal to prove themselves, because this was the only way they could actually prove themselves, because it was getting ridiculous, dropping points against the Wolves. And most people thought, even I myself, I was thinking this game is going to be tough, and the worst that can, or the best that can come out for Arsenal was going to be a a draw. But all the same, Arsenal won, and they won convincingly. Nobody expected that. They won convincingly. They really, really defeated Tottenham Hotspur, and that was more or less like a surprise because they really played good. Eze, who have not been playing for some time, scored a brace. Gokores too. A lot of people have been complaining about his stance. He did so good too, getting two goals, two good goals for that matter. It was a wonderful one. I give him that respect, and it was actually a wonderful goal and a wonderful one um, from Victor Gyökeres. Great goal. And at the end of the day, he ended 4-1. Even though there were some controversies about uh, Kolumwani pushing one of the Tottenham strikers, pushing Gabriel. But at the end of the day, the goals were the goal was cancelled, and no doubt, bar all those controversies, they really played well. Arsenal really played well, and they proved why they are top of the table in England. Goal. At the end of the day, the game ended 4-1, and they have another final because for now, everybody is saying it. Arsenal fans, everyone is saying they have 10 finals to go. They've played 28 games and 10 more games, and the next one is against Chelsea. They are London rivals. Definitely going to be a very, very tough one. And finally, for that week was Everton and Manchester United. Sesko proved himself. Last minute goal. He scored wonderful goal. And at the end of the day, Manchester United, a rejuvenated Manchester United, because for some time they've not been playing good, they've not been solid, but somehow they've been picking up wins here and there. Just another win for them, a good one for them, and now they are into the top four. Good one for them there, because at the point everybody was thinking definitely something is wrong with Manchester United. I was even saying they might end up in the relegation zone, but good for them. They are right now, they are fourth with 48 points. Chelsea are right behind there on 45 points. There's going to be a lot of action there. And Aston Villa are on 51 points. So that's more or less like just 3 points separating Aston Villa and Manchester United. It's definitely, with these few games remaining, 10 more games for Arsenal, 11 more games for the rest of the team, promises to be a crazy one. Indeed, no doubt. It promises to be a crazy one. So let me quickly give you a rundown of the top five teams. Let me just top five teams. Right now, Arsenal, after playing 28 games, are 61. They have 61 points with a plus 35 goal difference. Manchester City are currently second after playing 27 games. They have 31 plus 31 as their goal difference, and they have 56 points. Aston Villa, after 27 games, they have plus 10 goal difference and 51 points. Manchester United, 27 games, plus 11 goal difference and on 48 points. Chelsea, plus 17 goals difference, 45 points, and have also played 27 games. Liverpool on sixth, the defending champions, they've played 27 games. They have a plus 7 goal difference and also on 45 points. Top six promises to be a cracker, promises to be a crazy one, no doubt about it. So let's move on again. At least for now, we are leaving uh, the English Premier League, and let's quickly fly to Spain, where it's an interesting one right now in Spain. Let me give you a rundown of the games that took place in La Liga. Right now, on at least on the first game was between Atletico Club and Elche. They won that game 2-1. Real Sociedad and Real Oviedo played a 3-3 draw. Real Betis and Rayo Vallecano also played a 1-1 draw. Sasuna defeated Real Madrid. Funny one, last minute goal, crazy game. I never expected that. And they beat almighty Real Madrid 2-1. And remember, Sasuna is ninth on the league, on the table. That's one thing with Real Madrid. They've not been consistent. I've noticed that they've not been consistent, and I just knew that one way or the other, they would definitely suffer a beating. Atletico Madrid also they defeated Espanyol by 4 goals to 2. Getafe lost at home to Sevilla by a lone goal. And FC Barcelona, they really needed that after recent defeats and knowing that a win would put them top of the league. They defeated Levante by 3 goals to 0. Celta Vigo defeated Real Mallorca 2-0. Villarreal defeated Valencia 2 goals to 1. And Deportivo Alaves played a 2-2 draw with Girona FC. And let me give you the rundown of the top 6 in La Liga. Barcelona presently, after 25 games, leading with 61 points. And their goal difference is plus 42, a very healthy goal difference. Real Madrid are currently second, uh, 25 games played, plus that 3 goal difference, and they're on 60 points. That's a tough one there in La Liga. We can't wait to see how that's going to play out. Villarreal are third with 51 points, 9 points behind Real Madrid. Well, it's soccer, anything can happen. Villarreal, 25 games played plus 20 goal difference, 51 points. Atletico Madrid, fourth, 25 games played also, plus 19 goals difference, and 48 points. Real Betis are fifth, 25 games played, plus 10 goals difference, and 42 points. Celta Vigo finally on sixth. They are sixth on the table, 25 games played, 7 plus 7 goals difference, and 37 points. The leagues this season are going to be crazy, no doubt about it. It promises to be interesting ones. Can't wait to see how that's going to play out. And if you are just joining us, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share. It goes a long way helping our channel just growing. And your comments, your like, your share, your suggestions, your opinion goes a long way in helping our channel. And don't forget to support us in any way. Just been monetized. Gifts, shares, gifts, any form goes a long way in helping us. And also, let's move ahead. Those are the roundup from La Liga. And also in the news, I remember in the Champions League, been crazy in the Champions League. The issue of the racism between Cristiani and and Vinicius Junior. It's a very very sensitive subject, but uh, what can we do? But news going on now says Gianluca Prestiani provisionally is suspended for Benfica's second leg tie with Real Madrid. Definitely, there's updates. There's a lot of how do I say it? Investigation will be going on and can play. So far, we've heard that he has been suspended and hope for the best. And racism, a terrible thing, but there's nothing we can do about that. Let's wait for the investigation and hear what the final thing is going to be. So, just like I said, it's crazy. The the Premier League is crazy right now. So the next round will be Wolverhampton. That will be on Friday. They will be hosting Aston Villa. Remember, Aston Villa is currently in third, being challenged by Manchester United. They have no choice. They just have to win this game. So Wolverhampton, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, and Sunderland. Burnley fighting relegation, and Brentford must win. Liverpool and West Ham must win for West Ham because West Ham are really fighting relegation and it's been a tough one for them. And Liverpool wants to get into that Champions League spot. That's another classic we can't wait to watch and see how that goes. Newcastle and Everton. Leeds United versus Manchester City. This United a newcomer into the English Premiership have been solid this season. So they will be playing Manchester City. Yes, can't wait and see how that plays out. Leeds United, but I'm suspecting something there. Definitely, Leeds United are going to give Manchester City a run for their money. But it's football, it's soccer. Anything happens, we never can say. But we're going to keep an eye on the Leeds versus Manchester City game. Brighton versus Nottingham Forest. Fulham versus Tottenham. Tottenham, more or less like they are fighting for relegation. It was a must-win game for them after their loss against uh, their loss against Arsenal. You just have to win that game. There's nothing. There's nothing stopping them. They just have to win that game. Manchester United, Crystal Palace. Remember, Manchester United are getting that 5 games. Remember that guy with his bushy hair? Oh, Manchester United won one now. So this the next one, Manchester United and Crystal Palace. Definitely, I see a win there for Manchester United. And finally, on Super Sunday, game of the week, Arsenal versus Chelsea. Promises to be exciting. Can't wait to watch that. Promises to be exciting. A must win for Arsenal. And Chelsea also needs that too. And recently, in the Carabao Cup, they've been defeated by Arsenal. So it's time for their revenge, or Arsenal will prove that truly London is red. So fingers crossed. Can't wait to watch and see how that plays out. And the Tottenham game was a wonderful one. As an Arsenal fan, no doubt, I'm not going to hide that. And looking at the Arsenal, the, their touch map in that Tottenham game, crazy. Just look at the field; they were everywhere. They completely dominated Tottenham Hotspur. They were really, 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 really dominated. And let's look at Tottenham Hotspur touch pass also. See, there was just only one shot on target in Arsenal's box. Only one touch. Another one was close to the box, and the rest were just mostly in their half. And there's no excuse about that. Arsenal was just simply too good for Tottenham Hotspur after all the commotion and that what everybody had to say. But definitely Arsenal were just too good. And that's why they are top of the league. No doubt about that. And finally, today, remember Champions League is still on qualifiers for the actual knockout proper. Today, Atletico defeated Club Brugge by 4 goals to 1, and they won 7-4 on aggregate at the end of everything. Bayern Leverkusen and Olympiacos played goalless draw, but at the end of the day, Bayern Leverkusen advanced with a 2-0 aggregate win. And the shock of the round was Newcastle Inter Milan knocked out by Bode and Glemet, a team nobody knows of, almost we have never had anything about, defeating Inter Milan right in their home. That was the least I expected. I never expected that. They defeated them. At the end of the day, Bordeaux advanced with a 5-2 aggregate win. I really, really never expected that. Good one for them on to the next round. And Newcastle also, they've been solid in Champions League so far. They defeated Karabakh 3-2 at home this time around and 9-3 on aggregate. So tomorrow, Wednesday, the final round of the knockout stage will Atlanta versus Borussia Dortmund. Um, and Borussia Dortmund are currently leading by 2 goals to 0 on aggregate. Juventus and Galatasaray. Juventus are leading. Um, Galatasaray are leading by 5 goals to 2, and another must-watch game. PSG and AS Monaco, PSG are leading that on aggregates, and Real Madrid Benfica, another match to watch. Real Madrid are leading that round by a lone goal after the controversy. Fingers crossed, and let's see how that is going to play out. Promises to be an interesting one, definitely, no doubt. Promises to be interesting, promises to be a tough one. But what can we do? So that's been the update for the day. And if you like our video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share. It goes a long way. And thanks for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow again on my live. If you're just starting, please don't forget to like, share, give us the thumbs up. It goes a long way. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.